pretty much speaking.
That's why I don't want to speak. Because I'm just going to speak anyway.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're going to speak anyway. Hey, so, hey, Shalom. Where the Hebrew Israelites come out week in and week out, prophesying the downfall of America, all right, which is mystery, Babylon the Great, also known as Sodom, Egypt, all right, which the Lord is getting ready to destroy, the God of the Bible, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which, first and foremost, we give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Hakodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. All right, Shalom to the hopefully elect. All right. So we're gonna prophesy. We're gonna prophesy. Get Revelation 17, or is it 18? 18 and 17. Babylon is falling.
Revelation 18. That's right. We'll just get it.
All right. So Babylon is falling. All right. They have this so-called border crisis going on, which this government doesn't want to address because it's an overwhelming problem that they can't deal with. You got South America just trying to flood through the border, all right, which is what? It's a sign of the end, right? Because that's the same thing that was happening to Rome, and this is Rome all over again, all right? The revival of Rome. And so you had the same thing going on. You had all types of people flooding into Rome, all right, and breaking it down.
You got the Visigoths and all them.
Yep.
Which were other nations, okay, mainly Japhites coming into Rome, you know, to just topple the society. And look at what Esau's saying. It's all these immigrants' fault, you know, taking our jobs, fucking up the economy, you know, which is not just so-called Mexicans, not just so-called Guatemalans. Out there in Florida, you got Benjamites coming in, you got Cubans coming in, Dominicans coming in, which are illegal immigrants, man. Okay. But didn't mean to cut you off.
I don't mind with
Get that up.
All right, this is Revelation chapter 18, verse 1. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, in a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
Yep. Now, let's address that real quick, because what is, America is based on greed, all right? And well, this place was founded upon death and destruction. Okay, it was founded upon slavery. All right, and bloodshed. This land was overtaken by the enemy. All right, the so-called white man, which happens to be Esau, Edom in the Bible, which the scriptures call the devil. And we know that he's the devil. All you got to do is look at the works of the devil in the earth, and you can clearly see that this guy's the devil. All right, it's just that people have been hypnotized for so long, all right, that you're afraid to even think such a thing. All right, people have been hypnotized for so long. Okay, you'll look at something like the so-called Holocaust, and they'll put that in a worse way. Here it is. You had chattel slavery, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, but this bogus Holocaust in which these so-called Jews are basically rolling in the dough from that. All right, but you'll say get over slavery, but the Holocaust, you got to shed a tear for that. Okay.
The Holocaust.
The Holocaust.
Got a script.
All right.
This is Isaiah 24 and verse 5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant.
Yeah. Well, here it is. He comes in the name of God, but everything that he does is adverse to what you would call God. When you on this, was it 2 Timothy? It tells you he opposes and exalts himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped. Yeah. You know. And so what does that show you? All right. that shows you that, you know, he fits that scripture. He fits that. And then in that same chapter, it talks about the wicked being revealed. Okay, so who are the wicked? Who is that? Who is this person?
Got another one? Real quick, emergency.
Oh,
Emergency precept. Jeremiah 13:23. Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to evil.
This is Ezekiel chapter 28, verse 1. The word of Yahweh came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, Thus saith Yahweh, because thy heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am God, I sit in the seat of God, in the midst of the seas, yet thou art man, and not God.
In the midst of the sea, in the midst of all these people, all these nations. He sits in the seat of God. What does that mean? All right. Well, just take a look at the order of the earth. Everybody worships the so-called white man in his image. Okay, so you see who is setting himself up as God in the earth. Okay.
That also goes into what the brother had in Isaiah the 24th chapter, change the ordinances and whatnot. Also in I think Daniel chapter 8, verse 25, change laws and times.
Which that's a really good one. Get Daniel 8:25.
I believe it's 8:25.
It is. It might not be, but it's still a good one.
Keep going this.
Yeah, go ahead.
It says, Though thou set thy heart as the heart of God, behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee.
Yeah, well, that's why they want to lock you into this so-called internet of things, right? That's why they want to. Hey, Elon Musk invented this thing called the Neuralink, and there's a video of a monkey that they Neuralinked, and it's able to play video games just by using its mind. Okay, and these are the miracles that it talks about in the scriptures. You know, where the devil is going to deceive them that have the mark of the beast with the miracles that he can do. Well, that's part of the miracles.
Well, these people already worship this God. Speaking of going to that precept in Revelation, the 13th chapter, the 8th verse, these people of this world worship Esau, man. You know, I was talking to my dad, I was like, did you get vaccinated yet? He was like, yeah, I got it. I was like, oh, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. Heartbroken.
Trust the science.
You know, you trust the science. He worshipped the image of this place, man. He worships Esau, you know? So, I mean, these people are already, like Biggie Smalls, hypnotized, man.
Yep.
Yeah, according to Revelation 13, it says that their name is not written in the book of life. Okay, the book of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. You know, prophecy to be saved. You know, then they have no other choice but to worship this image, man.
Right.
You know, they have no other choice but to be overtaken by wickedness, man. You know, in the ways of this world. You know, which is ultimately they're going to get the chip, man. And if they don't get the chip, they're still going to be destroyed some other way. You know.
Yeah, it
Ezekiel chapter 28 verse 4, with thy wisdom and with thy understanding thou hast gotten thee riches, and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures. By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thy heart is lifted up because of thy riches. Therefore thus saith Yahweh, because thou hast set thy heart as the heart of God, behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom.
And what is that talking about? These different nations that are going to fight against America in World War III. Russia, China, Iran, all right, these other nations that are allied with them. Okay, and how did this guy get riches? What wisdom did he get riches through? Witchcraft. That's his wisdom. Okay, and you see it all over the place. Witchcraft, red and blue magic.
The money. The petrodollar. That was a form of witchcraft.
Yep.
Here it is. He had you bring all your gold, silver, your precious stones, resources, in exchange for a fucking IOU. In exchange for a piece of paper that says it's a debt. What does it say? It says Federal Reserve note for all debts, something like that.
Yep.
But it's nothing, man. Okay, there's no value behind it, man. You know, it's just like coupons. You got a lot of these people nowadays are going to the store with all these coupons and getting shit for free because they're laying down on the coupons. Well, that's the same thing with these dollars, man. You know, you look at gold, silver, they have an actual value. Like, for example, a house. You could go buy a nice little size house right here in the Central Valley for like $200,000. Well, how many ounces of gold is that? You know what I mean? If you had actual gold, it wouldn't be that much. But here it is, you got to slave for paper. You gotta bust your ass even more because of this money system, which is witchcraft.
This is Isaiah chapter 47, verse 11. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth. And mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Stand now with thy enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein that hast labored from thy youth.
Which is exactly why all this is going to come upon you. It's because of all these enchantments and this witchcraft and this sorcery and all these lots. Because look, the spell that these people are under is witchcraft. White, black, you know, all these different nations. Okay, the different lands. America itself, all right. Being a nation is witchcraft because America is not a nation. It's not. There's not a nation of people in the Bible that you can find called Americans. So that's a form of witchcraft. Oh, well, you're a citizen of this country now, and so now, okay, you were Mexican, but you're Mexican American. That's witchcraft.
We call the Mexicans witchcraft.
Right? Because the elites, they have knowledge, they have wisdom, they understand things. See, but with that understanding, they fucking lie. They lie to you about what everything really is.
And also by giving you that title, they're implying ownership. You know, because America is named after Amerigo Vespucci.
Vespucci.
Or Vespucci, you know, which was an Edomite, man. You know, and then you have Africans, named by, I think he was a general, named Scipio Africanus.
Look at Colombia. Where do you get that from? Christopher Columbus.
You know? So you're being named after your conquerors, man. And you're proud of it.
You got cities in Mexico like called Leon, Nuevo Leon, which is lion. That goes back to Ponce de Leon, you know, which was I believe was a Spaniard. You know, Puerto Rico, rich port, because the Spaniards went over there and they were stealing all the gold and resources. The name America, although it does go back to Amerigo Vespucci, just the word amargo in itself means bitter. You know?
But here it is, when you say that you're an Israelite, then you know they jump up and down, man. You know, they don't want you to be who you really are, but they'll call you all these types of different proverbs and bywords. They'd rather call you the N-word rather than you knowing that you're from the tribe, whatever, of the 12.
Scripture real quick. This is Revelation chapter 83 and verse. I'm going to start at 3. Psalm 83, verse 3. I'm going to just start right here. It says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
All these generations that have passed down, they forgot. These different nations, regular people, all right? Everybody forgot.
including the Israelites.
Yep. Especially the Israelites.
We forgot who we were, you know.
And even to further the point, you don't even say it by calling it Israel or Israelites. You say Yasharallah, you know? And that name for sure is only being spoken upon the members of, you know, the potential elect, man. Not everybody is even using the name Yasharallah, man. You know, damn sure not those Amalekites that live in the land of Israel today. You know, so that further proves that we have the truth, because it says in Zephaniah that he was going to return unto us a pure language, man. Not that Yiddish, you know, that they speak, you know, but a pure language, man. The Lashawan Tahar, which means pure language or pure tongue, you know. But I got more on the 47. This is Isaiah chapter 47 verse 12. Stand now with thy enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. Thou art weary in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers...
Well, yeah, look. They're wearied in the multitude of their counsels. And if you actually look at what's going on, especially in America, all right, it's totally bugged. These people are confusing themselves more and more, okay? All these different race politics and gender politics, all right, political correctness, all this madness that they're pushing out, all right? The more nonsense that they push out, the more destroyed this place becomes, man. Basically, Esau has destroyed himself in his own fucking counsels and his own knowledge that he has, man.
Because everything they're doing isn't stopping the elect from being sealed. So they're bugging themselves out in their counsels. They've already consulted, as the scripture says in Psalm 83. They consulted against the hidden ones. They're doing everything they possibly can to keep the elect from waking up. They had BET, they had all these different movements of black consciousness. They're pushing all these diseases to try to kill Jake. None of that's working, so they're bugging out.
LGBT, that's targeted at you. That's
vaccine is targeted at them. Nobody out of their own mouth.
And man, it was all through the will of Yahweh by Shimei Shai that we weren't fucked up from all the vaccines that our parents had us get when we were young. We got the fucking polio vaccine, chickenpox vaccine, all these different vaccines that fuck you up. You got some people that are couch potatoes with all these vaccines. But through the mercy of Yahweh by Shimei Shai, we were kept from it. And then he's seen Israelites wake up all throughout the four corners of the earth. So he's bugging out. They're afflicted, man, in their counsels, man. Yep. This is not working.
Who else can we be?
Well, they know who we are.
There's Habakkuk 2 as well. Woe to him that built a town with blood and establisheth a city by iniquity. Yeah, and how was this place established? By murdering the Native Americans, taking over the place that was inhabited by the Israelites. We're currently in California. This was part of Mexico before. And how did they take it over? They started a war, took it from the so-called Mexicans.
They said, here, we're going to give you this paper. If you don't take it, we're going to kill you anyway. We're going to get us damn purchase. When you look up the Geddes damn purchase, it was for California, Texas, New Mexico, I think Nevada, what's the one in the bottom, Nebraska? It was for all the little, not Nebraska, I think even Washington. It was like a lot of states, man, where the colonies came in and said, hey, we're going to give you this amount of money. And if you don't take it, we're going to take your shit anyway, you know what I mean? That's what they did. That's how Esau conquered the world. It tells you his blessing is a sword. You know? That's Esau's blessing. It's a sword. That's how he's getting control throughout all the planet.
Get your boogie on. Get your boogie on. Get your boogie on.
Hopefully the video will be good.
Let's make this, man. 2/3 are niggas here.
I think it was
Whether they're so-called black, Hispanic, or Native American, or derived from those nations, if they ain't taking heed to the word, they're niggas, man. You know? And the ultimate niggas are so-called white niggas. That's the ultimate nigga. Because look at the things he does. Look at the way he conducts himself, you know?
Yeah. Folly is saying great dignity. People love. See, in the ancient world, they would have put him in the stocks.
Yeah.
cut off his other leg.
He'd have got some stripes, man.
He would have been like the boy Eddie Murphy in Trading Places. Is that the one he had nubs and was running on the skateboard and shit?
Yeah. So he was pretending like
he was pretending, but it really made you not be a pretender than that there.
See, and that's why there's so much wickedness that goes on in this place, man. Because nothing's really taken seriously here, man. You know, you have videos about the truth and about knowledge and everything. You might find a channel on YouTube and it's got at the most 1,000 subscribers, 2,000 subscribers, something like that. All right, but if you put rap music and a bunch of worldly shit mixed with it, and suddenly you got like 15,000 subscribers, man. And if you're just a complete moron and you do something like go to a store and down a whole bottle of mouthwash, you'll get like 1 million subscribers. Because and nothing's done about it. Because in the ancient world, if you did that, all right, you would get the shit kicked out of you, man.
That's like going into the Paul brothers, man. They're two sensations. Kind of like it seemed like they were doing the same shit that Jackass does, man.
Oh yeah, like people like that, like Boom Gang. Boom Gang would have got stoned to death.
But look what Point Gang did now. Converted to, got baptized and, talking about somebody was filmed on when someone was filmed on when he was locked up.
Good. Yeah.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered.
Yep.
As the judge of the people is himself, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein.
Yep, and that's why there's so much crime and madness going on, because that's what your government is filled with. The so-called government is filled with rapists and murderers, thieves, child molesters,
sorcerers.
That's who's ruling this place.
And then you got women.
Well, Esau wants to be a woman.
Yep.
This nigga wants to be an androgynous beast. His supreme deity is an androgynous beast.
Oh yeah, Baphomet.
The Baph.
Yep.
That's why he has Jade in Hollywood. As soon as the key point when you know they really sold out is when they start doing rules as a woman, man. Even with that guy that played Mrs. Delphine, Robin Williams, he dressed up like a woman.
What do they call that shit when you want to join an attorney? Fraternity? What do they call that shit?
Hazing?
Pledge.
Yeah, the ultimate pledge for being a celebrity in this society, if you're a man, is to put on the spirit of a woman, man. Or blow rod. Either way, it's the position of a woman.
And all of them did it, man. The only one that really didn't do it was Dave Chappelle, man.
Dave Chappelle wore a dress, bro.
He wore a dress already?
Way back in the day.
That was
Robin Hood.
Oh yeah.
He wore a dress. Yeah, he was up there fronting like he was never with that. But he did.
But you a lying nigga.
Hey, you thought nobody saw that?
And that's why he came back and he said, okay, I'm gonna just go ahead and get this bag now.
And this is way before he said that. Talking about, they want me to wear this. You had that shit on way before you. Like the 80s, right?
That was like a 90s, early 90s.
Yeah, even the first time when he came back, his first stand-up, hey, that was a Masonic ritual. He had the pant leg rolled up, the colors in the background, red and black, and he was throwing up the 666. Well, look at his first stand-up when he came back. He left to Africa, so-called. But that was a Masonic ritual, saying he was with what they're doing.
But you knew it was way off because he was making a whole comedy special on topics about transgenders and shit.
Laughing about it, cracking jokes.
And like it was on their side. And you know.
My bad, man. We keep going. This is Matthew 16:25. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it. And whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it.
Yeah. And if you want, hey, look, the best way to lose your life is to preach this truth, man. Because you, like, when you believe in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, that automatically kills you in this world. Automatically kills you. You say you believe in what Great Millstone teaches? Hey, look, like if I were to meet another Hebrew Israelite, and this Hebrew Israelite was part of a group like ISUPK, and say, who you fall? Great Millstone. Oh, you one of them racists.
You got white people in your camp. You got Edomites in your camp. Yep. This is verse 26. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul?
Yep. And these people are ready to lose their souls for fame, man.
And they gonna be willing to lose their soul just to have a meal. When they bring out that chick, the mark of the beast. You're gonna see guys that were once Israelites talking about, man, I gotta feed my kids, man. You got generally a hamburger. How are you gonna eat? He said, I'm gonna take the chick, referring to himself, and you're gonna take the chick, referring to his congregation, his listeners. He said, how are you gonna eat? Showing you there's Israelites out there that are just demons, man. You know?
You can't put it past him that he said that because look at what he brought out concerning the vaccination.
Here it is, we're showing the ultimate love and sacrifice by warning you not to take the chip, man. At all costs. Okay, don't take the fucking chip, man. If they got your nuts, get some jumper cables, man, ready to crank the juice. Don't take that fucking shit, man. Okay?
Yeah, even the people that sell out, that have everything, these high-level celebrities, they ain't happy. They're all depressed. They're addicted to drugs. They're alcoholics. Look at Robin Williams. Robin Williams looked like he was the happiest man on earth. He was always smiling, but he was a drunk. He was always drinking. And what did he do? He hung himself. You know, so these celebrities, they ain't happy, man, because they sold out. They sold their soul. Oh my God. You know? So.
Yeah, well, that's why they're not happy, bro, because they sold their soul. The soul is your, you know what I mean, your essence, bro.
And what did Moses do? He was a Pharaoh living king, and he's like, I'd rather suffer with my people. You know, that's it.
Now, you know, gain isn't necessarily wicked, but the way you acquire that gain.
If you would do anything for it, it's just wicked.
Yeah, for the love of money is the root of all evil.
Yeah, this is 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 10. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith.
Yeah, so they coveted after, because why? Because you get all this money in front of you, and it might oh well, I'm gonna start changing some things around. I'm gonna start doing things differently. You start deviating from the right way. in order to gain this money, okay? And then this is what happens, all right? Oh, hey, come on, bro, just do this. We'll pay you for it. Just do this. It's not that bad. Look, there's no law against it. You know, Satan might come against you like that. You know, but you got all this money in front of you, and there's the enticing. You know, that's the part that looks juicy to you. And if you take a bite out of that steak, then you're selling yourself off.
Yeah, they start these people off slow, you know. Show them a little bit of glamour, and then they slowly but surely have them doing wickedness.
Yep.
Kind of reminds me of that movie, The Book of Eli, man. He wanted the Bible just to gain power, just to get more resources, just to acquire more riches, man.
You know what it really reminds me of? Was that movie with Denzel Washington, where the narcotics officer. Training Day. The cop went into it with a good heart, with good intentions. What was the first thing he had him do? He was like, "Oh, you got to smoke this weed."
Had to corrupt him first.
You gotta smoke it. He's like, nah, I don't smoke shit. I don't smoke weed. I don't smoke this shit. He's like, come on, you're gonna know about narcotics. Then what did he do? He hit the pipe, and it was fucking embalming fluid. He's like, what is it? He said, it's wet.
Get wet.
I watched a movie recently too.
And then further and further, what happened? They murdered somebody.
No, before that, kept doing drugs. Kept doing it. Just get these beers up here.
Yeah. Bringing them around all these gang members. And so that's what happened. He kept dragging them more and more until he was in a fucking hole with them. And come to find out, this dude was all bad the whole time. He was in debt to the Russians. They were out to kill his ass.
And that happens a lot, man, in actual real life with these police forces, man. Even in LA, they have a gang within the police department, man, where they intimidate other police officers. They terrorize the community. You know, they drug traffic. It's big. It's a big thing that's happening out. I forget what the fuck they call themselves. Banditos, or it's not. I don't think they call them that. But I forget. But you know, it's nothing but corruption in this place called Babylon the Great, man.
That's good.
Let's finish this, and then I got something.
Real quick. It's they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows.
This is Revelation 3:17. Because thou sayest, I am rich and increase with goods, and have need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched and miserable and poor and blind and naked. And that's a mentality. Oh, I got all these followers. I'm making all this money. I can't be wrong. There's an actual right way to do this.
And they shun those that look like us. We ain't got no fancy garments. We ain't got no suits. We ain't in no Maybach.
You ain't got 10,000 subscribers.
Yep. Get your subscribers.
We ain't on no G9 or G5.
A nigga actually told me that. You've been in the truth 6 years. You only got 5 subscribers. Bro, this is like my 10th channel, bro. Over exaggerating. We got channels that been deleted.
I mean, to be honest, man, this is the most lax YouTube has been for years, man, concerning cutting people's channels. Back in the day, like around when brothers first started getting on YouTube, they were cutting channels left and right without notice, man. As soon as you put it up, boom, you cut it. You got one woman that's a dyke and wants to be a man, which the scriptures speak against that, man. You know, a woman should not wear what pertaining to a man. A man should not wear what pertaining to a woman, just like we were going into the fact that Esau in his Hollywood, which Hollywood goes back to the magic wand, you know, he has these jakes dressed up like women, man.
He has these women dressed up like men.
And then he has, you see a lot of these Edomite actors, their main kick and comedy is something that's homosexual, man.
Medea. got
Like the Will Ferrell brothers, Step Brothers. The whole movie, it seemed like they were just cracking almost gay jokes, man. No?
I don't remember those scenes. I'm not trying to.
What you're saying is absolutely right, man. A lot of the times it's always like some weird gay shit.
Well, that's when they got that little nigga, what's his name? The little comedian nigga, what's his name? Short one.
Kevin Hart.
That nigga. He's like a little fucking imp of their laughter right now. And he's having other Jakes watch this shit so they can act like little nigga imps. You know?
Yep. And all they do is promote the image of the beast.
Yep.
That's all they do. They just promote this worldly, folly-filled, nonsensical image. And then that's what keeps you people in the state that you're in. This like retarded ass state to where you don't think about anything. All right, you just go about your day by day. You watch Netflix. You go, eat out. Go to these to the flea market. Whatever you do, but you don't think about anything else. You don't think about a judgment. You don't think about, World War III or this could be happening or what the government's doing. You don't think about anything that's relevant to your life. All right? You say, well, hey, the music's still playing. The doors are still open, so I'm good.
All I gotta do is put on a double mask.
Yeah.
Get vaccinated, and we're right back at it.
Yeah, then we're good. We're all good.
Yeah, speaking of the vaccine, now they're coming out with I did a lesson on it. Now they're coming out with like a device that could see if you have it. It reads your blood.
Pentagon.
It reads, the Pentagon's coming out with it. And it can read other people around you's devices to see if they've contracted it.
Well, watch out. They're taking down videos for even mentioning that one. I think Apostle Tahar put a video up and it was down like 5 minutes after he put it. I clicked on it to watch it, the video was gone. Hey, man.
Yep.
You gotta be discreet, man. That's what it's coming to, man.
And pretty soon, they're going to destroy YouTube, man.
Yep.
And it's just going to be up here with no camera preaching.
Yep.
Until they bring the troops out, man.
Hey, and that's going to be a huge test of faith. What are you guys going to do that you're all about money and followers and views and all about this whole, putting all this imagery, mixing it with your videos and everything? What are you going to do when there's no videos to put up? When it's just you and your spirit out here on the highways and byways? What are you going to do? Are you going to stop doing the well, the party's over?
What are you going to do when the demons get unloosed? No. It even says in the book of Acts, certain false prophets is out there, certain spirits is out there too. And those certain spirits didn't know those individuals and they got beat up, man. There's a lot of you out there that, hey, you might, I'll say you have to pray, man.
You gotta have faith.
Faith.
Yeah, you gotta have faith. Ain't nobody can give you faith, and nobody can take away your faith.
Exactly.
So, hey, when them demons come in, if you ain't got it, you ain't got it, man. The ultimate demon's gonna be the chick.
Right.
How y'all brothers doing?
All right.
God bless you guys.
I got unless you have something or anybody else.
I don't know.
Yeah, I got some. You good? Well, I was listening.
It goes according to what we were talking about. But this is Isaiah chapter 3, verse 9. It says, the show of their countenance doth witness against them, and they declare their sin as Sodom, they hide it not. Woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. Say ye to the righteous, that it shall be well with them, for they shall eat the fruit of their doings. Woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hands shall be given him. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy path.
Yep. And that's like what the brother was talking about. You watch these Hollywood movies, and what do they have? They have men dressing like women, and they have women playing the roles of men. All right, the action superheroes. This is Isaiah 29:16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. Right? Because what is the society's backwards, so upside down? Right? The base is ruling over the high. Okay? Folly is set in great dignity. All right? The righteous sit in low place. All right? Women over men. All right? Men acting like women. This place is completely backwards. So the Lord's going to judge this place. That's what we're waiting for. Okay? And there's going to be a lot of people that are going to see these different signs taking place, that are going to inquire of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right, and it's going to be our job to fill them in on the information that they need. That's what we're here for. And if you're not about that, you're going to be left out to dry, man.
This is Isaiah 24 in verse 10. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in.
Hey, and this is a place of confusion. People don't know whether they want to be male, female, or a fucking tree, man. Okay, they don't know whether they want to be an adult or a baby.
Or a dog.
Or a fucking dog. You have literal grown people that wear diapers that want to be changed and treated like babies.
You got them women that put the implants in them, tattoo themselves green to look like reptiles.
Yep.
You know?
If you want to be some sort of cat person, you can be that. All right, and America's not going to say, "Hey, you're fucking bugged out. Get out of here with this shit."
Verse 11. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. And the city is left desolation. And the gate is smitten with destruction.
Because there's no judgment. So the Lord is going to judge. Right? Because there's no righteous judge in the earth that's saying, hey, this is wrong and this is right.
Well, we're the ones saying it right now. You know, what's wrong and what's right. That's why, Lord willing, if we're part of the elect, we're going to get it taken out of this place. All right, bro. Well, everybody else is destroyed, man. You know? It says there's a crying for wine in the streets. Hey man, that's gonna come when what is that? Amos 8 and 7?
8 and 11.
8 and 11. Okay, when there's a famine of the word, man. Because we ain't gonna be out here forever, man.
Nope.
You know, when Yahweh Bashem Yahushai says enough is enough, I'm tearing this bitch down. He gonna hide us, man. Lord willing, we're part of that number. He gonna hide the elect. And no, we're not gonna have to worry about fighting or digging in garbage cans for food, or trying to find a lake to drink. So we ain't have to worry about not a dam, not a nip, not nothing, man. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai says he's going to feed us, man, feed his elect. He's going to give us drink. Okay? Like the brother was talking about the demons that come. Yeah, there's going to be demons out here to test your faith, and they're going to be in your fucking mind. I'm telling you, man, just go kill that motherfucker and eat him. Oh, this person got a pork slider. Eat that shit. You know, when in all reality, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai can give you food at any time. Look what he did Daniel. He had an angel come. Who was it? Who came? No, Daniel. Was it Habakkuk? And the angel lifted him up by the crowd and brought him to give him food. And everything we're in the foretime is right for your learning to boost your faith. You know?
Because I was going to say, what you people are experiencing right now, all the things that are going on as far as these lockdowns, as far as these rumors of wars, these are nothing but birth pains, man. And the contractions are going to start getting closer and closer together, man. And this is a perfect time to